Welcome everybody, and welcome here to the channel, and welcome here to Talking Packers with Steve. You're talking NFL, all 32 teams all the time. Go Pack Go and NWO. But hope all is well, and what a wild week! Another wild week of the NFL of Week 4. That was something, wasn't it? And here we go with the results that were and was Week number 4. The Bengals over the Dolphins, 27-15. The Vikings over the Saints in the first game in London, England. And it was the debut, at least for American fans, hearing God Save the King after the passing of Queen Elizabeth. Rest in peace. And now they have King Charles there in the UK. Also, I had some weird back and forth conversations with myself in regards to how the monarchy works and how geography works. Like, I'm thinking, okay, we got London, we got England, but UK is England, or in a sense, UK is the United Kingdom, which is all of that there. But then that is not a continent because the continent is Europe. And then because you have France, Italy, Germany, Belgium. But then you have Finland, Sweden, and Switzerland, along with Ireland. Is that part of the UK or is that part of Europe? I think it's all Europe. UK is the United Kingdom. Interesting. Like the UK is not a country. But then again, the United States is a country, but it's not a continent. So the UK could be a country, and Europe is the continent, whereas the United States is a country. But the continent is North America, that also includes Canada. And South America is Mexico and South America itself, you know. I think unless wow, I really don't know my geography. I'm sorry, I kind of outed myself on that. Anyways, I had that kind of conversation with myself. I'm not a duck, but I'm harmless. Anyways, the Vikings won 28-25. They actually won because of a missed field goal by the New Orleans Saints. Then we head into Sunday. The Seahawks over the Lions 48-45 with the highest scoring game in NFL history. But again, the Lions taking it out. The Jets over the Steelers with Zach Wilson coming back. Off of injury. What happened after what happened shortly into the Week 1 game. Everybody thought he was going to be out for the year. That would have been terrible. Would have been. Anyways, he's back, and the Jets win 24-20 on the road in Pittsburgh. The Giants over the Bears to go to 3-1. They won 20-12. The Titans over the Colts 24-17. The Colts did come back and almost won that game. The Chargers over the Texans 34-24. Texans actually making it close for a while. The Falcons over the Browns at home 23-20. The Cowboys over the Commanders 25-10. The Eagles survived the Jaguars 29-21 to stay undefeated as the final undefeated team in the NFL. The Bills over the Ravens on the road. The Ravens again giving up a around 3 touchdown lead. It was 20-3. Basically almost like a 3 touchdown lead as they did a couple weeks ago against the Miami Dolphins. This time against the Buffalo Bills and losing 23-3 at the end of the regulation. It's unfortunate for Ravens fans. I'm sure they're not happy about that as much as they were enjoying the large lead, as any fan base would, of course. Just thinking it's going to be a blowout against good teams. That would have been, but the Dolphins and the Bills, which is ironic. The Ravens doing this twice, and I think they both were home games, I think. Maybe not. Maybe the other one was in Miami. But either way, doing both to AFC East teams, and the Bills and the Miami Dolphins. So there's Buffalo for that one. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals defeating the Panthers 26-16 on the road. The Raiders get their first win of the season, defeating Denver 32-23, winning by 9. In a game that really wasn't that close, but Denver did try and to make it close. The Packers survived the Patriots. A third-string quarterback, the backup got injured, and Bailey Zappi had to come in for the New England Patriots because Mac Jones originally was already out for the game. Then the backup Brian Hoyer was playing, and he got injured in the game. The Bailey Zappi took over for the rest of the game there from the second quarter on, and he almost won. And Bailey Zappi, ironically and crazily but true, and that can never be taken away from him, no matter how good or bad he is in the future. First rookie quarterback of all the rookies of this year, which wasn't really a strong class like last year, but still it was a good one, right? But the first rookie quarterback to score a passing touchdown, or touchdown in that regard. Touchdown period. So cool. Good job, Bailey Zappi. Congratulations. But the Packers survive, win in overtime, 27-24. That would have been funny and terrible if New England won. Even as a Packer fan, I wouldn't be too devastated, but it would have been interesting, let's just say. Chiefs over the Buccaneers in the road 41-31. And then the 49ers crushed the Rams, as I kind of predicted in a way, because, it's a divisional game. And the Rams aren't as what we thought they were, neither are the Bengals. The Super Bowl matchup, the Rams are the defending champions. Reigning defending world champions, NFL champions, defending Super Bowl champions, and also the LA Rams are the defending NFC champions. They got two titles to try to retain. They're a double champ. They're a double champ like Becky Lynch and Kurt Angle in the past and others. Anyways, then you have the Cincinnati Bengals that are just simply the former, current, reigning, defending AFC champions. So yeah. Anyways, so that's that from regards to week 4. Let's head into week 5, and you know what? I'm happy that this is going to be my game of the week because it's the first game of the slate of this week's matchup tonight, Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. It is interesting watching games on Amazon Prime, going to my streaming thing, and sometimes forgetting I'm on a streaming app, even though I knew I had to take steps to get there. But while I'm watching, that's kind of how attention spans work, I guess. Shows what mine is. But then I forget that I'm on Amazon Prime, and I'm thinking, oh, change the channel just to check something else out. You're on a streaming site, Steve. Come on. But anyways, the point is, now this matchup could be Battle of the Horses in a sense, but not logo-wise, as you will see. Old logos it would have been, if you think about it. Again, I'm not trying to give it away, as I'll share here in a couple seconds, but the helmets, but and if you already know the matchup, as we're talking about here in Week 5 Thursday Night Football schedule, but the names of the teams are still animals, because we have the Indianapolis Colts, which is like a baby horse, a colt. But the Indianapolis Colts put this logo now simply as the horseshoe for the foot of a horse against the Denver Broncos, Mile High in Denver. Now this was a matchup back in the day. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. It was Indianapolis, New England. But these are the two teams Peyton Manning played for. Think about it, if this was a Monday Night Football game for Peyton Manning having to do his show on. Two of his former teams. Two teams he won a Super Bowl with. Brett Favre didn't do that. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be doing that. Because, he doesn't want to go to another team. Even if he has issues with the team, he'll just retire. Unless the asking price is absolutely right for whatever other team, and he would accept the trade. Anyways, but for Peyton Manning, this would be an interesting one for him to have to, quote unquote, call the game. If they did the Manning Brothers stuff on ESPN for this matchup, if it was. But here on Thursday Night Football, I'm going with the home team. I'm seeing the offense actually showing up, and I see it getting going and getting rolling. But yeah, I have the Denver Broncos right here, so we're going to win. Or I predict them to win at my game of the week and the first game to kick off this week. Now for the second game of this week, let alone the second game that will be in London, Green Bay, early kickoff, 8:30 a.m., just like last Sunday. Giants, Packers, the home team is the Packers. So the Packers lose a home game in Lambeau, but hey, this is, and I just found out, I was doing a little bit of reading, and this is going to be the first international game, let alone London game, ever, out of 20 attempts, I think, or whatever amount it was. I forgot. I should have wrote it down or something. But the main point is the first one of actual both teams of a matchup with two teams that are over 500 that are winning teams. Even though the Giants, yeah, people might still think they might get ramrodded by the Packers, but still record wise and how they are, and they actually are playing pretty well. Both teams are 3-1, and the Packers didn't look so strong. They should have destroyed New England against the third stringer, but they almost lost. So they're not perfect, but they are good. And the Giants aren't perfect, and they are trending up to good. So who knows? But I'm gonna predict the Packers, and we'll just have to see how that goes. But our game might be over before people even wake up. No, probably not, because the game usually ends at about 11:30 a.m. Central, so right before the noon kickoffs. But anyways, I got the Packers over the Giants. They're in a close game, maybe even overtime. Could have a first ever London overtime game. Maybe there's been one before. I think there has. I mean, I don't think there has to be, but I would think there would have to be. That it almost went into the noon games, but I couldn't even have or you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look that up. I have the Lions over the Patriots winning on the road is my prediction. In the Chargers Browns game, I'm going with the Chargers. I have the Jaguars beating the Texans at home. I have the Buccaneers over the Falcons at home. I really think Tom Brady should retire so he can do his wife. Otherwise, that marriage will implode. I have the Bills over the Steelers. I have the Dolphins over the Jets. I have the Minnesota Vikings defeating the Bears at home. I have the Commanders over the Titans in a surprise. I have the Saints over the Seahawks at home. I have the 49ers over the Panthers. I have the Cardinals over the Eagles in another surprise game. I have the Rams over the Cowboys. And what could be a blowout, but we'll see. Bengals over the Ravens on the road. And that's Sunday night. And then Monday Night Football, I got the Las Vegas Raiders defeating the Chiefs. Might be a week of upsets in a way, or at least to some. And the Raiders doing well and slowly being what they want to be and can be. So those are my predictions for the games and those games and all the other games and the games and the games and the games and the games. It just smells the rock is cooking, right? Anyways, hope you all have a great rest of your day, your week. Hey, Saturday night, WWE Extreme Rules can be a great card. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to how the tide is turning. WWE over AEW. I don't think AEW is going to die anytime soon, but maybe in the future it will. And yeah, the AEW fans and all the people that bought replica AEW belts. Then again, how many people bought WCW belts? I might have thought about it if I had the money back then. It was a cool looking belt for WCW. It's a big gold belt. Anyways, for football, it should be another fun week. We look forward to seeing how the games go. Hopefully, they all are close, or if they all are blowouts. I don't know. Enjoy the NFL Network and NFL Red Zone on Sunday. God bless. Hope the weather in your area is great as we head into fall with beautiful fall weather, and I do mean that. I do not mean that sarcastically. I love this time of year. I like it when it's about 48 to 56 with mostly sunny skies, winds 10 to 15 miles per hour coming from the northwest usually. So that's what I like. What would be my utopia if I could have that all year round. Too hot, too cold, I don't need that. Right in the middle here. Anyways, above all else, as always, take care.